Hello beloveds, this is Nikita. I welcome you all on my channel. Thank you so much for your love and support. Wish you a very happy new year. Let's welcome 2021 by nourishing our body, mind and soul. Also, it is a very special day for me today, and so I'm just so excited to share my lessons on nourishing our body, mind and soul. Let's get started. So nourishing body. Body has its own life, okay? Body is a vehicle through which we experience life. It is through body and bodily sensations we feel alive, we feel life and we experience life. And most important thing is this, that our body communicates with us all the time. Our body communicates with us all the time. It is on us if we are listening to what our body is communicating. Now, we may tend to distract ourselves by thinking something else, by doing something else, but that doesn't mean that whatever you have gone through or whatever you are experiencing is not experienced by your body or is not stored in your body. Your body has a memory of everything. Body keeps the score, okay? Your body has a memory of everything. You see, even when you distract yourself and you may just move on without doing any work on your body, and you may just move on and distract yourself in doing this or that and whatever, and maybe some months later or years later something similar happens. Now you must have noticed that your body tend to feel it in the same way, no matter how much pain or the emotional part that you may have suppressed into your body, but still your body remembers everything. And anytime in the future, even though the situation is different, faces are different, the scenario is completely different, still your body will respond in a way, the way it must have responded years back when similar kind of experience have had happened with you. So body keeps the score of everything, and our body communicates with us all the time. So how you nourish your body, you must start listening to your body. Okay, this is a skill all of us need to develop and not to take it for granted. What I want you to do is, and there is nothing to feel ashamed of, okay? So whenever you are alone in your room and in the bathroom every day before you take bath, I want you to look at your body, okay? Have a honest look at your body very gracefully, very lovingly, and just bless your body. Bless your body for what it is. Accept your body for what it is. Because without this vehicle, without this body, you won't be just there, right? You won't be able to live this life that you are living. And we don't understand how our bodies suffer. It's just not that we suffer through our thoughts and the feelings and of the other, because of the other people or situations. Our bodies are also there, and it has its own life, it has its own emotions, it has its own memory, and it communicates with us all the time. Remember, as a child or maybe even as an adult, if you feel stress, see how your body reacts, okay? And of course our mind and bodies are connected, and I'm not at all dismissing the role of thoughts and feelings, but let's just focus on the body right now. So look at yourself, have a honest, authentic, loving look at your body, feel it, touch it, and bless your body. In your meditation, at least you can do once in a week, if not every day, at least once in a week for 10 minutes, or every night before going to sleep. Just give yourself 10 minutes. Play a soft music in the background and close your eyes and scan your body. Scan your entire body and send love and light to it. And then what you do is, and then what you have to do is slowly focus on every part of your body, and in particular send love and light to that part of your body. And after scanning, I want you to feel gratitude and forgiveness. So gratitude means you say thank you to that part of your body. Let's start with hands. So you scan your shoulders, your hands, your fingers, and then express your gratitude to that part of the body, and also ask for forgiveness. Your body will forgive you, and even while you are scanning your body will 100% communicate with you. It's just that you have to be willing to talk to your body. Clear? So, how do we nourish our bodies? We need to have an honest look at our bodies. When we are naked, just look at your body and bless every part of your body without feeling ashamed. It's not wrong to look naked at yourself, okay? So whenever you are alone in the bathroom, I want you to just look at yourself and also record what your thoughts are like, what are your feelings, and then bless every part of your body. Second, and accept it for what it is. Touch it and bless your body. Second thing is, during your meditation or every night before going to bed, scan your body and see if any tension is there. Locate that tension on that particular part of your body and send your love and light. Okay, this is in particular you can do if there is any tension that you feel into your body. While you are scanning, you also have to focus if there is any tension, okay, in your body, and then send your love and light. And while you are scanning, slowly focus on every part of your body and express your gratitude, and also ask for forgiveness and bless your body. Okay, so here are the affirmations for nourishing your body. Please write it down. With awareness, I create healthy habits. Healthy, vibrant energy flows through my body naturally. I trust the wisdom of my body. I choose foods that help me thrive. I enjoy existing in a natural state of well-being. My little changes amount to big benefits. I choose to let my natural, glorious and healthy energy shine. This is my favorite. My body is my temple. I love and accept my body. So, the points that I have discussed that are beyond exercising or eating healthy. Of course, those things are there, but consider all these points that I have discussed. My body is my temple. I love and accept my body. Okay, next is nourishing your mind. Okay, mind is a powerful tool, and we human beings are blessed with a free will that no other living organism has been blessed with, right? It's like the forbidden fruit. So, God denied Adam and Eve to eat the food of knowledge, but humans, they did the opposite of that and suffered. So this story has its many elements into it, but here what I want to focus is this, that use your free will for your own good and also for the good of others. Your mind is a very, very powerful tool, and just like your body, your mind is also very, very cooperative. It's up to you how you use it. Whatever you create here, whatever seeds you plant here, it gets its life, okay, it gets manifest. So it's so important to take care of our minds. Bhagavad Gita says, one who takes shelter of the Supreme Lord has nothing to fear even in the midst of the greatest calamity. Our mind gets fearful, confused, lost because of many things. But one thing I want to focus on today when it comes to nourishing your mind is just stop making judgments about everything. Just stop making judgments about everything, you know. Even when we are looking at something, okay, anything, okay, any object, we immediately tend to have, okay, it is like this, it is like that, okay, it would have been better this way or that way, you know. We immediately tend to make judgments even about the objects. Just imagine what all judgments we must be having about other people and whatever they do. We may not do it consciously all the time, but we do tend to have judgments, and judgments is criticism, it is negative, and it's not good for our mind or for our body. So today, make a commitment to release all the judgments to nourish your mind. I have recorded sessions on how to use your mind and how important it is, and how you can be mindful and practice, and practice that. So go back to those earlier sessions, okay, if you want to understand it in detail. But in nourishing your mind, it's so very important that you just affirm the things that you want in your life, and just let go of the things that you don't want. Why to think of those things that we don't want, right? And it's not that our body and mind wants us to stay or experience unpleasant emotions. Soon I will be taking a proper session on emotions and thoughts. So in those sessions we'll discuss these things in detail, okay? But it's up to us what and how we want to experience. See, your body is your vehicle. It is the communicator of all the feelings and sensations that we go through. Many times, we get this hunches. You know, there's this voice from inside, ऐसे कर लो नहीं ऐसे कर लो, but we tend to ignore that voice because we don't have enough confidence maybe, or because we don't believe in ourselves, or maybe we just give up on our egoic minds, right? And then later we do feel regret. अच्छा मुझे लगा था ऐसा था, I wish मैंने वो चीज़ कर ली होती, या आई विश मैंने वो हंच और वो गट फीलिंग पे एक्ट कर लिया होता, राइट? योर बॉडी नोज एवरीथिंग बिफोर इवन यू come to realize before you come to realize that experience. Your body knows it beforehand. So it's so very important to scan your body properly and understand its cues appropriately. Then comes nourishing the mind. So the thoughts that you think definitely has effect on whatever sensations or emotions you are feeling. When it comes to nourishing your mind, remember 3 H's. Head, heart and hands. Head is the thoughts you affirm. Heart, take it as the feelings that you experience as a result of the affirming of thoughts that you have chosen. And hands means action. You are going to act according to whatever you are thinking and feeling. Thoughts, feelings and actions, they are hand in hand. They are going together. Okay? So, nourish your mind. Affirm the things that you want, not the things that you don't want. And always wish good to everyone. That is good for your own mind and body. Here comes the next, which is very, very important. The next thing is nourishing your soul. Now see, we all are souls, okay? I will explain this in a very simple language and not at a metaphysical level, okay? Nourishing your soul means you accept yourself and your divine nature, and you are working in harmony with your divine nature. First, you have to accept yourself as divine and perfectly created in God's image. Remember, God doesn't make mistakes, so there can not be any mistake with you. Temporarily, you may have lost your mind, lost your path, and may have acted upon something which you don't desire even, but maybe you must have just given up onto the people or the circumstances, onto those unpleasant emotions and negative thoughts, and that's okay. It happens, right? Therefore, we are given this life to create new karmas. Karmas means action. कर्मा doesn't mean that मैंने इसके साथ मतलब किसी ने किसी के साथ बुरा किया तो अब उसको भी पता चलेगा क्या होगा. It's not that. Karma means action. So if I create a karma of this is like a cause and effect. Okay, so if I create a karma of eating only healthy food, sattvic food, okay, then what will be the effect? I get good health, good skin, good mindset, and there will be no restlessness or agitation also, and I'll just feel very active and energetic throughout the day, and I'll also have a good night rest. So that is karma. What I plant, that is what I get. Suppose if I create a karma of negative thoughts or restlessness, so I think thoughts that are negative or restless in nature, what will be the effect? I am going to feel negative or restless. So that is karma. Now what is soul? Nourishing your soul means accepting your divine nature, accepting that you are created in the image of God, because that is true, whether you believe it or not, doesn't matter, that's the truth. And you need to accept your divinity and also the divinity that is there in others. We are so fortunate to be Indians, as in we have this practice of doing namaskar. What is the meaning of namaskar? It means I bow the divinity in you. Okay, the meaning of namaste is this: I bow to the divinity in you. Soul is a light. It means that the God is in all of us, and God seeks His own expressions through us. So whatever I do through my body, through my mind, I am actually demonstrating my divinity. Okay, the highest expression of God, and God does the same through all of us. Soul is eternal. Bhagavad Gita explains when Arjun is confused and lost, okay, in the battlefield and has given up on fighting. So how Lord Krishna explains that, take it as this way, that our bodies will die but souls are eternal. Okay, just like we change the clothes, body changes its soul changes its body, but you can never see, soul has no life, therefore no death. Soul is eternal. And this also means that there is no point in choosing anger, resentment, hurt, jealousy, arrogance. You see, your soul is really not impressed with you if you are at so and so position, or you have this many degrees and whatsoever. What matters is how you live this life, and through your achievements and accomplishments, how meaningful you are creating life for others. And you don't have to wait for anything big to do service. Whatever you do, you are actually serving the purpose of your soul and creating new karmas for which you are given this life. Like in this life, in this body, I am Nikita, and I had my own karmas to clear and new karmas to make. Now how I respond is creating my new karmas, and that will have effect on my other subsequent lives as well. So understand that we all are souls, and there is no point in being in staying angry, resentful, or to affirm arrogance. Okay, I'm just you may think that I'm just pointing on to negative emotions, but that is not the thing. I'm just making all of us aware of this thing, because when anything goes wrong into our life, we do tend to feel so fearful and rejected. Okay, I have already experienced this thing, and so I'm saying, but if you see yourself as a soul, then you will never feel rejected, and you always feel that you have a definite purpose to serve in this world. Okay, and it also means that you don't have to identify with your body and with your mind. Very, very important. I'll take another session on this, but understand, your soul means and it's so important that we have to be loyal to our souls, to our divine nature. Remember the gesture of namaste. I bow the divinity in you. Okay, and we don't have to identify ourselves with our body and with our mind, because that's not we are. Okay, I'm not the one who is thinking those thoughts. I am the one who is observing those thoughts. I'm not the one who is that feeling, happy or anger, but I am the one who is observing those feelings, or I am the experiencer of those feelings, but I am not that feeling. So understanding, remember my session on I ams. Let's take this example. Suppose you are hurt. You may say and think, I am hurt. Cancel, cancel, cancel. Say, I am feeling hurt. Sorry, not I am feeling hurt. If you think and say that I am feeling hurt or I am hurt, cancel, cancel, cancel. Affirm this, there is hurt in me. I am feeling angry. Cancel, cancel, cancel. There is anger in me. I am full of rage and resentment, and I'm just so frustrated with that person. Cancel, cancel, cancel. There is frustration in me. There is a difference. Okay, try it by yourself. You don't have to believe whatever I say, and you don't have to make judgment also, because whatever you understand, it's your thing, right? So cancel those things. Always say, there is hurt in me, there is anger in me, there is frustration in me. Don't become that. You are not your body, you are not your mind, but you are the experiencer. You are the observer of your body, your mind, your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, your actions. You are the observer. You are in control. Remember that. Nourish your body, nourish your mind, nourish your soul. Okay? Now comes the affirmations, and practice, cancel that I am thing, that don't become hurt, don't become anger, don't become resentment, don't become any negative thoughts or negative feelings. Rather, you have to practice, there is anger in me, there is this negative emotion in me, and then deal with it. Remember 3 H's: head, heart and hand. Whatever is there, whatever is here in the form of thoughts, it will have some feelings, and accordingly you will act. So what kind of thoughts you want to think? Nourishing your mind. What kind of feelings you want to feel and experience to your body? Nourishing your body, and act accordingly. Okay, so I have already given you affirmations on nourishing your body. Here are the affirmations for nourishing your mind. I am exactly where I need to be right now. I will let go of things I can't control. I am in charge of my self-worth. There are endless opportunities around me. Creative energy surges through me and leads me to new brilliant ideas. I create my thoughts and I experience them in my mind. Therefore, I create only those thoughts and experiences that serves me and serves my great purpose. Here are the affirmations for nourishing your soul. I believe soul care means silencing the noise, hearing the whispers of my own soul, tending to my body with care, and nourishing the inner landscape of my heart. This is the meaning of soul, nourishing your soul. I repeat, I believe soul care means silencing the noise, hearing the whispers of my own soul, that inner voice, your intuition, the spirit that dwells within you, tending to my body with care, and nourishing the inner landscape of my heart. Bible says, above all, guard your own heart. Your heart is your life. Here are the affirmations for nourishing your soul. I breathe in the divinity of everything with a sense of awakening and trust. I surrender what no longer serves me and pursue only what delights my spirit and brings joy. So, nourish your body, nourish your mind, nourish your soul. Affirm the goodness and richness in your life. Thank you so much.